Yo!
Yo.
How we doing, everybody? Let's make sure that we got audio all cleared up. Don't ever want another problem like that again. So, how do I sound? Go ahead,
Good
Clutch.
to me. How about me? Mic check, mic check.
I think this thing is working today. But I'm not sure.
Good.
Bo did have problems earlier, so please chat verify.
Bo always has problems. Bo has too much shit going on.
Peeps. I'm Hazy. This is Clutch and Bo, and this is episode number 15 of the Streamer's Paradise podcast. Fucking crazy. Yo, Wacko with the 6 months, man. Thank you for that. Incredible.
All right, cool. Everybody says
15 months. 15 episodes
15
over the
months.
course of 6 months, about 6 months, 7, 8, even November 11th, right?
Yeah, it was before Christmas, so before the New Year, so that's crazy. 15 episodes in.
November. Yeah, just about 6 months exactly. Last week was 6 months. That's crazy. That is crazy.
I want to tonight I wanted to talk about a bunch of different things. I wanted to talk about how everybody deals with the stress of content creation, how you keep your passion, how do you keep your ambition to move forward when it comes to the tough stuff, right? How do you shake it off and keep it going? Because this will beat you up and spit you out, this whole thing, you know? And
For sure. Already has.
yeah, it already has, right? A few times probably, right? In and out.
Yeah. No, that's me. Like, this is, I think, my third time getting back into streaming. It has literally chewed me up and spit me out. Two times already.
2 times.
I feel like it's definitely a lot of up and down.
Two full rotations. But it's a grind.
It's definitely a grind. I said, like, to me personally, I always had like up and down moments, and it's you really have to kind of push through it.
Yeah, but how do
Like-
you push through it when that shit is beating you to hell down? Like, who can get through to you when you're not feeling good, right? Like, who keeps you going? Who is that? Is it always you?
Yeah, I mean, I always try to push through it because at the end of the day, I know like this is low key what I want, you know, to be able to make good content, grow as a streamer, and help everybody grow at the same time. You know, you know me personally, I'm never selfish about this. I always been like a staff person, always putting the whole staff in the server before myself, and I keep pushing even with those up and down moments. My girl's a good support system. You know, I give it credit to my girl. She kind of picks me up at times where I feel like I'm down, and then but I think in the most difference with this server is that I've grown real relationship with all you guys, and they lasted longer, I think, than all my previous relationships with other people that I've been in other servers. You know, I think that also helps me out, having a real support team. There's no way you could do it without it, and I feel like with all of us, we definitely do have a good support team.
Yeah, I would agree that there's a lot of positive feedback if people are feeling bad about something. You can definitely get a pick me up. But even in those circumstances, I know that I can only speak about myself personally, that when I start really getting down about something, I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. No matter what's being said, I don't hear nothing. You know? And I think that there's stuff about like being in this industry, right? This racket, you want to call it, that people don't talk about, and that is like the massive weight that you carry, right? Like there is a massive weight. Sometimes people are incredibly anxious and stressed out about the content that they're trying to create, and the followers and the subscriptions or whatever it is. Like, they're super stressed out pushing for partner or whatever it is, and you know, they don't try to emulate that on stream, right? Because who's going to want to watch somebody who's constantly down and negative all the time, right? Nobody's going to want to watch that. So it's hard. It's a hard balance for sure. You know what I mean? It's a hard balance to play, because how I definitely don't come on stream if I'm not feeling good too, right? Like, you don't want to project that kind of energy out into your content. But shit can get incredibly difficult. My experience is that you're all legends for continuing to keep going every day and not give up. The stress I get just from Discord is insane, so I couldn't imagine trying to be a content creator on top of that. That's Chi talking, coming from someone who doesn't stream, right? The amount of stress she gets just from the Discord alone is astronomical, you know? Astronomical.
And this is all just, you know, Discord / Twitch, right? Outside of this, a lot of people work. A lot of people have kids. A lot of people have family. You know, who knows what's going on with somebody's family, you know, with somebody's family, or how many things are going on with, like, so this, we're all just talking from this perspective, right? That's not to say, you know, that's not the juggling act of life on top. Right. So that's where I think sometimes, like, I think that for me personally, that's why you'll just see me disappear. Because I have to try to value, like, which one's most important, right? Which one requires the most attention right now? What do I have to take care of? That's why I personally have disappeared multiple times from streaming.
Because it's difficult to maintain and be consistent with what you're doing.
To be honest, for me, it's like a seesaw, right? When one gets too much, I put some of the other on, right? So like personally, right now I have a lot going on, crazy real estate market. Don't really want to get into that. Got a lot of people that like to curse out just for being stupid. So like I like to, so right now I'm trying to get more into streaming because it's more of a relief and like a break from all of that, right? So for me, I mean, it's the same thing, but I really I try to be here to kind of get away from all of that real life stuff that I can't tell a client to go kick rocks.
Yeah, for sure. You're also talking about a whole different element to like streaming, right? You're talking about you're almost speaking of somebody who just wants to play a game, and like you're gonna stream while you play the game. That doesn't sound to me, right, like there's a drive to be this ultimate content creator, but more or less to free your mind and play your game with your friends or something. Based on what you just said.
I've always liked to stream because I like to interact with people. You know me, I like to help people, right? Whether it be something stupid, you know, just some little thing you need help with, or some major thing you need help with. I always like to help people. Partially probably why I do real estate, right? The job is to help people. I've always loved playing games, obviously. I'd love to be a content creator, but I just don't think like the full-time content creator is in my cards at the moment. Like, we have too many other things going on. But I do enjoy coming back. I do enjoy like chatting while playing games. I don't like to play games solo. I think that's part of the problem. Playing a lot of Destiny solo. So streaming kind of takes no, but I'm just saying, but streaming takes like the solo part out of it, right? Like I could be playing by myself, but if I'm holding a conversation with multiple people in chat, like I'm not really there by myself, whether they're playing with me or not.
No, I get that. That's what I mean. But that's a very casual way to look at it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's not putting pressure on yourself to, you know, do something spectacular. That's like, you know what I mean? That's a healthy way to look at it. And then say some shit happens and you fucking pop off and it's like a win-win. Right?
Yeah. Oh, that'd be nice.
Right? But then it's like you talk about the flip side of it, and it's like, for the last year and a half, I know for me personally, I have lived and breathed Discord and Twitch. And I say we as in me and Chi, right, have not blinked away from it since we started it. And it's fucking heavy, man. It's heavy to do that shit like that for so long. Like, it really does start to weigh. It weighs down every aspect of your life, not in a negative sense, but it's just like you're doing this 24/7, right? You wake up, it's the first thing you're looking at. You go to sleep, it's the last thing you see. You know, it's a heavy thing that we do here, and it does. I think it gets lost on a lot of people, especially the people who come at us so hard. You know, like the people who are so aggressive, so angry about the things that we do. It can get. It's interesting. You know what I mean? It's interesting to say the least.
For sure. Not many people know, right? Like, we'll role play for a second, right? So, like, I don't like something you're doing, right? I'm gonna come to you. I'm gonna say something because I think I'm the only one who's got something to say.
Yeah, right.
What I don't realize is that there's 17 other people in your DMs complaining about something else right now too,
or the same thing,
right? So, or the same thing, yeah. But it's just not just one person complaining, or it's not just one thing you have to deal with. When something, when good examples when the raid train derails, right? It's not convenient for whoever's next on the train. I'm sure they're not happy about it, but what they don't realize is you're not happy about it either. And not only it's a bigger problem, bro. But it's not even that. But it's a bigger problem for you, right? Like I'll relate this to like again to my personal life because I run fishing tournaments and we've had some problems with the weather and we've had to reschedule some. So I got this guy coming to me telling me how inconvenient it is for him, right? So that would be the next person on the raid train. But it's inconvenient to you because it messes up the raid train, but now you have to fix it. It's not that it's convenient for you either, but then you also have to take care. You actually have to be the solution,
right?
Right, and then you get enough of those people, and makes you look at it like, why am I here? You got to keep in mind yourself. Why are you here? Why are you doing this? Me, I'll walk away from it. You guys got to stay here and deal with it for a year and a half.
What would 20? Sorry, go ahead.
One thing about Bo that's in the other like previous server I was in, he was the same way about the train situation. I was gonna say, like you, Hazy, I kind of agree with you in your sense where it is more of like a not even just about the training only, it's a mental thing in Discord. I told you, I think when you invited me to the server, invited me to the staff, it's a lot to run a server. It's a lot to do it. I want you to be prepared for this. I'm pretty sure I told you that, and you said, yeah, you with it and you down, right? And I even told you like the game plan about it. We need a team. It's really the only way to do it. And the team really kicks up, but then the mental stress of people DMing you, complaining about a certain situation that you don't really have control over. You know, it's we got shit established for a reason and rules for a reason, but people still just DMs you and complains. I think that's a real mental thing for me because I dealt with that in every server I was in. The complaints get to you, and we try to. We do this for free, you know. We don't get nothing really other than like trying to get people to come into our streams, friendships, if anything like that. But we do this for free. We come in and out, day in, day out. And you and she, I think, do it way more than me, 2 times more than me, if anything, to be honest. So it's a lot. I understand when you said that. Like it's definitely a mental thing trying to run this thing, you know.
Oh, it's a huge mental battle, more than anything, because I mean the staff is great. It doesn't matter how good the staff is. People are always gonna like bypass them and come right to us too. You know what I mean? Like that'll always be a thing, and not that it's a bad 100%. Thing, right? Like it's not a bad thing so much. It's just sometimes it can be a lot. Like if it's a crazy situation and a million things are coming at you, it can be overwhelming at times. But I mean, there's so many amazing things about SP though. You know what I mean? SP is just so incredible that we take any negative, we take it on the chin because it just can't work otherwise, right? Like somebody's got to take the hit if this place is going to work the way it does, right? Someone has to, because nothing is free. How do you have something that's free unless somebody's doing something for free and giving it away, literally, right? Because even free food and shit, like somebody's paying for it, somebody's writing it off from their taxes, right? Something like that's happening. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, it can get heavy for sure. But this leads to the next thing too. Like there's some really amazing people that you meet in this process, right? Like incredible people. We're going to have them gonna have Kirchy on the podcast next week, right? And Kirchy's like this close to being a partner, right? He's fucking inches away, and he was a pro gamer. Like, there's a bunch of stuff we're gonna get to learn about him, and hopefully, like, we can make a difference in somebody's life, essentially. Like, SP can maybe give him that little push, that little bit of exposure that he needs to get a few more people to show up for him. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? But then we can start to maybe add some more validity to what we do here, right? Like, it's that guy's been working his ass off for so long. You know what I mean? It'd be great to have somebody that's a partner really rep Streamers Paradise. You know what I mean? And really believe in it, what we do here. Have kind things to say about us. It'll give us a lot more validity because these groups get bad names, like big time bad names. People don't like them because of bad management, though, right? Like, it all comes down to that.
That's 100%. But it's not even. I don't really want to say a Discord, man. Everything comes down to management. A business, a small business in your town. Bad management will ruin that. A bad management will ruin anything.
For sure. 100%.
100%. But good management. Yeah. Good management too is just. It doesn't even. It's crazy because it doesn't require. It requires a lot, but it doesn't require a lot. Like, it's really not hard to listen to what people have to say. And I think that's what comes down to it, right? So, like you're saying, sometimes you'll have 17, like 17 things going on at once, but you take the time to listen to what people say. When somebody has a suggestion, you don't just.
Is that what's making me crazy, though? Right?
Probably.
That's what's making us crazy.
Right.
That's what's making us crazy is being so fucking diplomatic.
Well, that's the thing, is like, it's not like you just like, if somebody makes.
Ooh, I lost you for a second.
Work? No, it's probably the stupidest work. Anyway, don't get me started. Don't watch me live on stream. Take this thing through the wall. But I was gonna say no. So like when somebody makes a suggestion, it's like, well, can we make it work? What about this won't work? And can we do it? And will it be fair to everybody?
Yeah, that's the whole
just
point.
Blowing it off, right?
It's always been the point.
No, that won't work.
It's always been the point to make this place fair, to make it about the people in it, not the people who run it, right? Like, all of it. I don't think that anybody thought that we'd be almost a year and a half into this, still doing the same fucking thing, only at a greater, like a much greater scale.
Literally.
I know one person that might have told you it's probably not going to happen, and best of luck.
Well, there's two of them sitting here in this fucking room, I think.
Wait, no, I believe in this place.
Clutch.
Yeah, the reason I stood around the whole time because it's like
I didn't say I didn't believe in it. I just was like, good luck. This is it's gonna be a tall feat. I've seen it too. We all been around together. We've seen it a couple times, and to be quite honest, that might be why it works so well. Is because we've seen it fail a couple times before. Before even starting this.
Mm-hmm.
We learned. Kind of learn what not to do.
Mm-hmm. That's a life thing, bro. Like, you live and learn through your situations. Any defeats and whatnot, like the up and downs or whatever. Everything I learned from those previous servers, I brought to this server, but just brought it with more different rules in a way, so that way it's more manageable. Yeah. And
more structured
to do, more structured. Yes, like I always envisioned it in my head how to do it from those experiences. Although there was fucking tough bad experiences, I went through a lot. I think I felt like I did more time over there. Like I was grinding it heavy, and it was just like such a waste. But then I learned from it, and like I said, brought it here, and we brought it together, and slowly progressed ever since.
Yeah, I've learned a lot. Not even in Discords as like an admin, or just watching some of them. That's just keeping, just watching what happens and seeing how their downfalls go.
Yeah, I mean, you saw me kick right back up. I saw, I feel like we all had always positive vibes together. So when we brought it over here and we had all these downfalls that we already experienced, we grew and learned from it, brought it here and elevated. It's at a slow progression to where we at now is crazy to see. Because I wanted to get probably like at the point that we were at New Year's.
We had
New
just
Year's
hit
February.
100 viewers.
That was my like expectation of like what this Discord was gonna be, and now is more than what I ever expected. We got a podcast, 15 episodes in. The Ray Train's
it's 100
club
times.
is crazy.
I don't want to say 100 times, but it's a lot more than I had expected to see out of it. Going back
for you, Bo,
year,
definitely should be right.
a year, but it was like we're going back a year and some change now.
You're going, yeah, because you're going to January of 2021, the middle of it, yeah, January 13th.
You're almost a year and a half.
But like us in general, though, is more than that. Like it's probably 2 years and a half, if anything, right?
Well, yeah, because that's how long we've known each other is 2 years, and because we met around this time in 2020.
Yeah, right around the pandemic. Like
right around the pandemic. Mm-hmm.
Right when it started kicking off.
And I like seeing the crazy progression from that moment, like to where we at now. Shit, we killed it.
It's been crazy an up climb, but we still need to figure out like what it is that people are going to be willing to grow with us at, right? Because there's a surface level here that most people don't ever break through, right? Like there's a ton of people that break through it, right? We've got about 100 of us. There's about 100 people that like really love the brand, right? Streamers Paradise. They buy t-shirts. They get involved with everything that we do, whether it's on a weekly, daily, monthly basis, right? There's those...
I think my wife stole my shirt, by the way. Can't find that shit.
We'll buy another one.
I'm going to. I was trying to find it today. I was like, yo.
So with that group of people, right? Like we don't add so many people to that number as frequently as I'd like, right? Like we need that exponential push. And how do we get there, right? We need people to believe in what we do, right? Like we need people to scream Streamers Paradise to the rooftop, wear their shirts out in public and tell a friend. We got to start getting these podcasts a little bit more interview-esque, right? Different topics, more, in my opinion, like Joe Rogan style, where it's all different types of shit. Like we talk to somebody that's a guy on crypto and a guy like obviously people in the Twitch space, but the Twitch space is so vast, right? It's like there's so many different people everywhere. I'd like to start getting different people to come on and talk about whatever they specialize in, right? We have a base of people here, 97 viewers. That's something, right? People would want that kind of exposure. So hopefully they'll be coming on and kind of even lining up like you would imagine, right? We just got to get it out there. How do we get it out there? We need everybody to start talking about it, sharing this stuff. This is the beginning of something that, like, we're not going to stop now, right? It's been a year and a half. Why would we stop now? We're only going to double up and go harder. So we need everybody's help.
You gotta figure out how to get it to the next level. I think we got to get these podcasts on like Spotify and some other stuff. That might be one of the next steps.
Clutch was looking into it.
I got it kind of like set up already in a way. I found his website. That's gonna be it. We're gonna announce that soon. We gotta work on that. That's definitely another way we could elevate the game. I'm more into it like what do people want? Like, do they want more of the podcast, or we should elevate to there? Our social game, I feel like, is doing great. TikTok almost at 1,000 followers. I feel like if you're not, you follow the TikTok so we could grow to that 1,000 followers.
If you haven't followed the TikTok, here it is.
It depends on what the people want. To me personally, like what do you want to? Where do you want to grow? I've always been one to cater to the people, So whatever the Streamers Paradise family wants, we gotta try to elevate that level for them,
People want more cowbell. I couldn't help it.
There's more cowbell.
It's showing our age, man. But it's it's the truth too, and I would love to know like how many people are actually listening to the words that we're saying right now. Like, say something, let us know that you're here, show some hype. I need to get a gauge of what it is that we're doing here, and I really want to know who wants to come on and talk about something that is important to them, right? Any kind of special. 1 hour podcast, split it between 2 staff an episode. Meet the staff.
It's not a bad idea. Or we could say what do you want to hear us talk about? What do you want us to research? What information do you want us to bring to you?
Yeah, for sure. That's a great question too, because we want this to be appealing to everybody as well, right? I do, but I'm boring. There's got to be more people that want to come on though.
Cook dinner? You want a live stream from the kitchen? I could do that.
Nah, that'd be wild. Let's talk Ignacio. I'm not talking Ignacio, neither. But different facets of what streamers look like. How about the fact that NASA and the Navy are actively talking about UFOs and no one seems to care? I have actually not given a shit about it because UFO doesn't mean alien. It just means it could be some shit. And we got fucking drones like in our house.
It's
now.
just some shit that we don't know what it is. It's just we haven't identified it. You just gotta get a little closer to it and you figure it out.
Yeah, that's how I think. That's what I think anyway.
No, I was kidding. I mean, look, there's definitely aliens out there.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I'm not gonna be so small-minded to think that we're the only.
The universe in general is just like a crazy thing to imagine.
I don't think Thor is gonna come hang out anytime soon.
Oh no.
No, I mean obviously not.
There's some crazy. There's no way we're the only signs of life in the
back.
But the fact that NASA and the Navy are talking about it and people don't care is probably because nobody's surprised.
We should plan the next SP meetup though. That is definitely something we should be doing.
Yes, we've been slacking on that. I'm ready for it already. Like whenever everybody's down, let's pick a date and let's just stick with it and let's do it.
Let me know the dates. I got a crazy schedule.
I mean, dude, doing another SP meetup we'd have to do something like a barbecue, right? We'd have to. Everybody would have to like dead ass meet there bright and early with like an item, right? Like with fucking either food. But we have to like make a list of how many people are actually coming and what food we have to bring so that way we're not bringing too much and we don't waste shit, right? Like we'd have to like really plan this out. And who the fuck is gonna plan it out? Exactly. Exactly. Man, this is the shit I'm talking about.
I like Munchcom, I'm just saying.
I'm bringing fry bread? I've never had that. Let's do it.
No, before that. Look at the one before that.
Yanni will plan it. Yeah.
Spice can plan it. Sounds like he's ready to go. Nachos at Hazy's place.
Yo, I'll bring the nachos.
That's a lot of nachos.
The nachos are not even hard to make. Honestly, the best thing to do for the next meetup would be to get like a fucking firehouse. Like not even a joke, like to rent a firehouse hall. Like a VFW.
Like a
VFW or something. Yeah, facts. Like they have little halls. You where the fuck are you from, Clutch, that you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about?
No, you said
he's from down the street from me, bro.
Yeah, a firehouse.
You said firehouse first. I'm thinking you trying to, be a firefighter real quick, but you talking about firehouse. Okay,
yeah.
Okay, I get where you're going now.
Nah. I will bring the ice, but I can't promise it won't just be water by the time you get there.
I was going to say, when you said firehouse, like I kind of was confused, but I kind of knew what you meant.
Well, the reason why I'm saying firehouse
do
is because it's always a fucking firehouse here. Like when we do something and we rent like a space out for where there's an industrial kitchen, right? Like, because that's why you get one of those places, because they have a kitchen access, right? To cook. They have a sink. They got fucking, big ass stoves and ovens and shit. They rent firehouses here. They have a bar and a banquet room. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. They got shit where fucking you can cook, and then they got outside fucking place, right? Usually, and
That's that North Jersey shit. Fucking rich people.
And it costs a couple bucks, you know what I mean? But it's worth it if you're gonna have people. It's safer because you can bring alcohol to those places. You can't like drink in a park, I don't think. And
you know, you can here, but you need like a fucking special ass permit for it.
Yeah, we gotta have like have a permit for the day of it. Yeah, I heard about that too.
So it's like, what's the best idea, right? Probably to rent a fucking little firehouse thing. And people who are coming from people are gonna have to travel. The majority of us are up here, right? Like up in the Northeast. So real talk, right? Real talk. Where the fuck do we go? Where do we meet? Do we do the overnight thing where we rent the whole floor of a fucking hotel because there's gonna be that many of us? You know what I mean? Fishing and a barbecue. Like, I know where we can go get the firehouse and do the fishing and have like a little hiking thing with sightseeing and all that in the same fucking place, in the same 1 mile radius. I know where we can go and do that. I know a campground too, but nobody wants to go camping. You're dirty when you camp. I don't want to be dirty. I'm a clean person. You get all sweaty and shit when you camp. You get all sticky from sleeping outside. I don't know, man. I might be a little too fucking proper for that, you know? I might be a little too soft.
Yeah.
Might be a little too soft for that. I camped for a week with no shower. Too civilized. That was a nice way of putting it. Liquify 505. Thank you for that raid, man. Appreciate that.
Yo, we could do some glamping.
Glamping? That's glamour camping?
Yeah. You get like a cabin with a shower and shit.
I always think I like camping until I go. Yeah. Like, I don't have a problem going camping for one night, right? Like, one night, that's it. But
that's a sleepover.
Right, like a sleepover. That's it, one night. And I gotta go and get shit-faced. Wake up with a fucking wacky hangover so I can sleep in the car all the way home. Take a shower as soon as I get inside. I mean, I was like that even as a teenager. I hate fucking camping and sleeping outside. I remember I brought a box TV to a campground where you could fucking rent electricity, right? Like people were bringing stereos and shit, right? Like to have an outlet. I would bring a VCR TV thing. You remember them little 13-inch VCR TV mixes? Right? With the fucking the DVD player VCR and built into the TV?
Yeah.
I'd bring one of them things in. Fuck it. Have the TV going. Sitting by the campfire. That's not camping.
Yeah, that's not camping.
So what are we doing what's a glamping? How do we do glamping?
Just rent a cabin, bring deodorant, shampoo, hair gel, all that shit. I don't glamp. I don't know. I've never actually done it. I do it the old-fashioned way in a tent.
I mean, portable DVD players were probably a little bit more expensive at that time, and I didn't. Yeah, because I'm talking fucking 20 years ago. I can't believe that we're talking that long ago, but yeah, 20 years ago they had the box 13-inch TVs with the built-in VCR DVD combo, right?
I remember that. I think as a kid, I used to go every year with my family a trip to Florida, and we would have that. So that way, that car ride, I used to take a car every year. We never flew. We took the car every year and drove. And that's fucking like 20-hour drive if you drive nonstop. If not a whole day, but we used to use that so time could fly by and watch fucking movies back to back to back. I remember watching fucking King Kong like 2 times.
I used to play I Spy for a fucking hour.
Yo, traveling now is just fucking wrong, right? Like you got your phone, you got your Switch, you got fucking... I mean, you got every fucking thing. You got the Xbox backbone thing. I've got a controller for my iPhone, and I have GTA San Andreas on my iPhone, and it is legit. Cleaner than PlayStation 2 was. You know what I'm saying? Like, clean as fuck. And Call of Duty Mobile, you can use the controller on that bad boy. Like, it's It's
Oh, they
ridiculous.
got Apex Mobile dropped the other day.
And
too.
I downloaded it and it's hard, man. It's really hard.
It's hard, yeah.
I found it to be hard.
Really?
I'm not playing it.
I haven't tried it yet. I haven't tried it. But that's a great thing too, like to even bring about Hazy, because the electronics, the things that it takes so easy for a kid to get distracted with. Like, they will fall in love with these shits and all the games and the apps and all this. Me, I remember taking my trips and remember this Game Boy Color?
Oh, God, yeah.
It didn't have the background light, so you had a little attachment that had like a light bulb over it.
Yeah.
You had to play that the whole time, yellow version.
Yeah, I had this thing. I had this thing that clipped on the back, right? It would clip on the back. It was like it would fold up and then fold over. And it was like a magnifying glass that made the screen.
The magnifying glass
and
had a light on it. Yeah.
Yes. I had that shit.
Yo, they had the whole kit and caboodle on this Facebook video I saw.
It made the shit look good.
It made it big. It had a fucking thing like the controller, right? So I didn't go with a Game Boy. I had an original Game Boy, the OG Game Boy when it came out, right? That's how old I am. The gray joint, right? The gray joint that was like the quality of an NES. But the Super Nintendo was the game system out. Like, that's when Game Boy came out, when Super Nintendo was a thing, right? So, like, you played the NES stuff on Game Boy, which is kind of interesting. Like, they made it that small. I know it was a variation of the game. Like, it was, like, Apex has got different legends on it. I'm sorry, I know I'm bouncing around now. But Apex has, like, different legends on the mobile one. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't look at it.
Yeah, bro. They got fucking who is it?
That's crazy.
They got different legends. They got legends I ain't never seen before. Let me
make me want to download that shit on my phone.
Let me see real quick. Hold on.
That's kind of crazy. Shows again how fucking.
Yo, do you guys remember? Clutch? I know you remember. Fear the Goat. The
who is it? Fade?
Gamer.
They got Fade. Who the fuck is Fade?
And game.
Oh wait, who?
Fear the Goat.
Yeah, I know Fear the Goat.
As I say, he plays all the mobile games.
Oh yeah, no, he plays everything mobile. He was a mobile streamer. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
I had a Game Gear as well. I actually have a Game Gear game. Dude, I found a fucking...
I gotta find it.
Dude, I was looking through shit the other day. I actually have a Game Boy game here, right here. A Game Boy game with the case and everything.
Wait, Game Boy? Oh, yeah, okay.
Like the OG. This is Yoshi's Island from back in the day. I still can't open these fucking things. I still don't know how.
Wait, was there a difference between the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance? Because you say Game Boy, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
no,
Game Boy Color.
The original OG Game Boy. It was black and white.
I want to see it.
Google it.
I want to Google it.
It's gray with purple buttons. Not black and white. It was gray with purple buttons, no?
It was red. Right? They were
the Game Boy? The original Game Boy?
The original Game Boy was black and white, like the screen.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the colors of the actual.
Look at this
Game
shit.
Boy. I thought it was like gray with the purple.
This was the original Game Boy cartridges, bro.
Game Boy Advance took the ones that were like half of that size.
It's like half. Okay, yeah. It's like the Game Boy Color, no?
But they were like this big.
It was like,
and they were a little bit longer, yeah.
Now that's like the size of an actual Game Boy.
But this is Yoshi's.
Shut up now. You guys got me intrigued.
This is called Yoshi. That's it. Yoshi. Nintendo Game Boy. But yeah, bro, I'm 35 this year.
Yeah, it was crazy. Is that cartridge? The size of that cartridge holds like one small game, and now.
Yeah, that right there holds.
Shit like this big holds like my whole library of.
Yeah, fucking crazy, dude.
I remember seeing this now. I'm looking at it right now. I remember seeing this, but I never had this. I had the Game Boy Color.
Yeah, you were a fucking kid, bro. You're a fucking child.
I'm younger than you, okay?
Yeah, you was walking around in like 2004 with that shit.
The Game Boy, I was so stoked. Yeah, I remember going as a kid, and I was so young. We went to Walmart, and it was Black Friday. I don't know why my mom took me as a fucking kid to go there. It was my first experience at a fucking line at Walmart. And this is when it just happened. But, bro, when they opened the doors, the amount of people I see ran to the fucking door, make their way to the back, It was insane. It was
Looking for a fucking Tickle Me Elmo.
at that time, right?
Yo, I don't know what year that was, but dude, that was great. A fucking Tickle Me Elmo. Hazy, me and you're the same age. You remember that, right?
What part?
When Tickle Me Elmo was like the thing. It was like people were like
it was the
killing
fad.
people.
Yeah.
Fucking Tickle Me Elmo, dude.
Yeah, there was a few things like toys like that, but my parents weren't like that though. Like for some reason, I don't remember ever like having something when it like first dropped. Like my mom and my dad weren't the kind of people that were out getting the game systems and shit when they first dropped and shit.
No, man.
You know
I never had
like,
I never even had a Game Boy, like an original Game Boy or Game Boy. I think my first Game Boy was a Game Boy Advance I bought myself.
Like they stopped playing after a while. I remember my dad used to say it made him dizzy. I don't know why my mom stopped playing. I know she used to play though. Like she played the Nintendo. Like I think she did with my grandma and shit too. Like the old Bubble Bobbles. They probably got more complex than what she liked. You know,
I remember
my grandma played Bubble Bobble for hours at night, smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee. You know, like that's my memory.
Games with me, it was Mortal Kombat on Super Nintendo. That's it. I used to play my mom, and it was fun. She would whip my ass sometimes, very sometimes because I was young.
It reminds me of that.
Now she would stand a chance, but
it's kind of crazy on my side because like my parents bought me my first console was the Super Nintendo. They weren't gamers though. They never played the fucking game. They just bought it for me, and
my mom wasn't a gamer.
Games. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like Mario games and whatnot. And but ever since I grew up, like they always got me like most of the consoles that I always wanted, and but never gamers. So it's kind of crazy.
I always got all the consoles. I always got them, but like I wasn't the first kid to get them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I wasn't like that. Like there was kids that knew everything that was coming out, the new CDs that were coming. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking about, but it wasn't that shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't remember. I really don't. I don't even know what I was thinking about at that time in my life. You know what I mean? I just don't remember ever knowing when. I still don't. I don't think know like when shit's coming out unless it's something I'm really into.
Depends on what it is.
Yeah, I guess so.
I never was like first to have consoles. I skipped generations because if like I had a PlayStation 1, never had a PlayStation 2, but had a PlayStation 3.
I had 1, 2, and 3. I got an Xbox 360 instead of a 3.
Well, I think that's why I went from PlayStation 1 to Xbox 360.
But I was also at that time in games. At that time in games, like you could play online, but it wasn't really there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. I think was the first thing I played online.
What was the first console?
Online 360. Well, no, PC. That was my first one because I went backwards. I started on a PC. Like
a lot of people I know started on that. Okay.
Like when PCs ran, like when every PC ran Doom, right? Like every PC ran Doom. If you had Doom, you had Street Fighter. Like every PC was an NES. Every PC was a Sega, right? Like any bullshit PC that you had could run those games. But the systems were like easier and had more accessible things. Maybe it was easier for our parents to just get the system. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what it was. Like if you didn't know about computers and what you needed to do to install shit. Because I remember that was a big deal in my house a few times. I got bought like a computer game and they didn't know how to install it, or they knew how to install it but not find it for me to play it. You know, like shit like that when I was growing up. With DOS, right? DOS programming.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Windows. What was it? Windows 95. Shit was a little confusing back then.
Yeah, until Windows 95.
My first console I played online was PS2. I used to play SOCOM. I don't know if everybody knows that.
Yeah, SOCOM.
Yeah. I played that online on PS2.
Wait,
that's when I fell in love with online gaming. Well, I don't know if I had dial-up.
Was it like the beginning Roadrunner shit?
The choice was dial-up.
Because I remember my first Xbox Live I had was dial-up, But the only thing that I didn't even use it, right? Like I got it and like I filled it, but I didn't play anything. Like Halo 2, right? Halo 2.
Amazing. I played that too. I like for me, I never stopped playing online since then. Even with PS2, I played that. I played a lot of sport games, or like NFL Street was an online game. 2K.
NFL Street. Oh my God, bro.
That was, I'm telling you, one of my favorite games used to play ever.
Used to play. What was it? NBA Jam.
NBA Jam 2, NBA Home
He's
Court.
on fire. That one.
HP Volume 2 was my shit.
NBA. That wasn't that GameCube or some shit though? PlayStation 2? Because NBA Home Court was on 360. That I don't know why they didn't recreate that.
I'm talking about Super Nintendo. Like NBA, I think it was like NBA Jam.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the one that they remade a few times.
He's on fire.
Yeah, that was Sega, Super Nintendo.
Spurs, I think.
Right. You have Jordan wasn't even paid enough to be in that game.
Yeah, Jordan wasn't even there. Yeah. He was. It was Pippen and
Grant.
a couple.
Grant, and someone else. But yeah, I have the 2008 version of that game where they put like the bobbleheads of everybody on there, like Curry and LeBron, and Dwayne Wade, and everybody. Sega NBA Jam is, Blitz was badass too. NFL Street, Midnight Club was really good. Yeah, I liked all of them. I remember the Nintendo was your first game. Yeah, I had a Nintendo was my first, but it wasn't mine. It was my dad's, I think. But I remember my first experience with the PlayStation was fucking... Oh my God. Do you remember those games where you would like downhill on like rollerblades and shit? Like, do you remember those stupid fucking games, man? Twisted...
On PlayStation, there's like, I played, Twisted Metal was the shit.
Twisted Metal was the shit.
I'm so mad. Like,
they
never remade that game. Like, if they remade that game, it'll be the second game I download on my fresh computer.
That would kind of be a crazy game to come out. Honestly, I was more of a big wrestling fan, so like I think at that point it was like SmackDown or Raw.
Dude, I played hooky when SmackDown came out for PlayStation 1. I was sick the next day of school. I don't feel good, right? Like, and that was the easiest game to play. Like, they had it set up so that way it was one button to do your special. Like, it prompted you, kind of like the God of War did. That game was off the chain. What was your first wrestling game?
I never owned it, but the SmackDown I owned. That was my first wrestling game. But
the one with The Rock?
Before that was, yes, with The Rock. My first one I played, though, was No Mercy on the 64, and I never had the 64. That was the only console I never had growing up after the Super Nintendo. I had a Dreamcast or the Genesis before that, but after that, I had almost every console but that particular one.
So I got a Dreamcast. Yeah, I had a Dreamcast, a PS2.
Dreamcast?
I had a Dreamcast, a PS2, and an Xbox, right? I had all of them. And then I was 16 to 18 at that time, like maybe even older. So it was like fucking, you know what I mean? When the Xbox 360, yeah, I didn't play that much. And then, but I remember Sega Dreamcast was insane. That's where the 2K series came from, right? When I thought Sega was going to take over, Dreamcast was out of control. That controller sucked. But playing NFL 2K, the original NFL 2K with Cunningham and Randy Moss, right? Fucking on the Vikings, do that fucking Hail Mary play. Oh my God, bro. Every fucking time you were fucking, it was just cheap. I don't even know how it entertained us. Think about that, how these games entertained us.
I never had a Dreamcast. I had a Sega Saturn, which was like a flop. Play Virtual Fighter,
I had a Sega Saturn too, but that was just an extension of the Sega, wasn't it?
What the heck is
no, it played CDs.
Yeah, but it was an extension of the Sega. Like you had to plug it into the Sega.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Sega Saturn played. No, I had a Sega Saturn that played on its own, but never had a Sega. Just a Sega Saturn.
I never heard of a Sega Saturn, to be honest, guys.
That's Sega CD I'm thinking of. Okay.
Never heard of that shit.
No.
I like Super Smash.
Time Crisis was lit.
Crisis, yeah.
Time Crisis, Splinter Cell was one of the
arcade game.
Yeah,
Virtual Fighter.
But that was a Sega Dreamcast game, right? All those arcade games were Sega games, bro.
That makes
right?
sense.
Because Sega's a Japanese company, right? And they're huge over there. Those arcades are huge, right? So like,
yeah, it's a big thing for them.
No, I like Time Crisis. That arcade game is kind of lit. You know, you press that button, move over.
I forget what game I had on
I like that
Genesis.
one.
It was some kind of sniper game. Sega CD hooked up to the Genesis. Sega Saturn was the first Sega disc console. Okay. I remember the Dreamcast used to burn out. My Dreamcast burned out. I remember that.
You know, didn't the controller have some weird like hollow part?
Yeah, because it
something?
had like a
Okay, I never had one.
it had a digital memory card that you could put in.
Okay.
Like a big fat thing where you could actually play some parts of the game. It was kind of ahead of its time if you think about it. Like I wouldn't actually I kind of want to Google what that is. What was that fucking thing? What was
Never ever had one.
Sega Dreamcast memory card? What could
You
you
remember memory cards? Oh my god!
What could you
I never
do
had one on
with
PlayStation.
it?
I used to hate it.
Yeah, look at this
Bro, I used to
fucking
glitch memory
thing.
cards. I personally do glitches. I think it was
Look at this thing.
Metal Gear Solid.
Look at this
You
thing.
had to like put your memory card in the player too.
It wasn't gigabytes; it was megabytes.
You see this
We
shit?
had- What the heck is that? A Dreamcast?
This is a Dreamcast memory card. Like you could go through
I remember.
the second Dreamcast VMU memory card. Is the used official version. It should work without issues, but has a minor wear from age. Look at all these games. Oh my god! As we go down, it's vital for gameplay and Dreamcast, and it works just dandy. What was it exactly? Like, what did it exactly do again?
I
wanna
never had
know.
that.
I think it was Metal Gear Solid that there was a part of the game where like the boss like knew your every move. So you had to plug the controller into like controller port 2 to beat. Can anybody in chat confirm?
Right. So this is the basic
dumb.
function is a removable storage device, right? But it was also an auxiliary display and displayed during normal gameplay, and through the use of additional software acts as a handheld game console. That's what I'm saying. It was like a little console. You could play a little bit of the game on it.
There was a Final Fantasy on GameCube that you could like, so 4 of us could play it on GameCube, and we could use our Game Boys as controllers, and you'd be able to do like solo stuff on the Game Boy. I forget which one it was. It's kind of like that. But
This shit was
a little
cool,
bit
man.
better.
Road
20,
Rash.
That's
Road
wild.
Rash. I had Road Rash for I think it was PlayStation. It was Road Rash 2000, right?
It sounds familiar.
Jesus.
Now you can get a Steam Deck, not a Stream Deck. Sorry, Steam Deck. You seen those, Hazy or Clutch?
What's that?
Nope.
The Steam Deck. It's like a PSP for Steam. So you can roll
PSP
around
for
your Steam
Steam.
account. It's like a handheld gaming device from Steam directly, so you could roll around with your like Apex account and shit.
That's pretty badass.
Play on the thing?
And play it on there.
Yeah, you can't play Destiny on it, or I probably would have to get it.
And it would be
Okay.
handheld connected to the internet and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. But wait a second.
Supposedly. Like,
But only
I don't know-
Wi-Fi?
I haven't looked into it a lot because I haven't.
Because it doesn't do Destiny.
It's like, yeah,
So there's no
like-
reason to.
Neither. I was like, all right. I found out enough information. I found out what I need to.
That's actually
They're
pretty
just,
fucking
I
funny.
think, they're just coming out. They're pretty cool. Supposedly pretty good graphics and shit too.
Ain't it crazy how the technology that we're talking about advanced? The shit you guys are talking about at Dreamcast, I've never seen. As a memory card, my first one was the PS2. It said 8 megabyte. I remember saying on that shit. 8 megabyte memory card.
And that was a lot. They jumped to 16 for PS2, right?
Yes,
I
16.
remember-
I never had the 16. I had the 8, and I was so mad because I had to delete games every now and then.
It's funny you say that because I remember my first computer was 4 gigabyte hard drive. At the time, this shit was like a really good computer, supposedly. With a 4 gigabyte hard drive, and I laughed because my phone is like way better than that computer ever was.
I mean, Games have come a long way, man. I've got a virtual reality fucking headset that I throw on and I can work out with it, and it legitimately works me out. Like I won't stream it because it's fucked up. Like I look like a goddamn idiot. You know what I mean? Like I have to, and I'm so terrified she's gonna walk around the corner one day with a camera. Like I am fucking terrified.
Yo, Darth Wacko, he be doing the Beat Saber on that.
Yeah, but he doesn't look that bad. Fucking fit is bad, bro. The way you look when you're doing fit is ridiculous. For real.
Yo, Chi, snap a video for us.
Yes, Chi, yes. I tried the
Here.
Oculus feels so fucking realistic, bro. Like you feel like in the game.
I feel like Hazey's looking into his camera like he's trying to look into Chi's soul and tell her not to.
No, I was reading what Splice said, and you're right and you're wrong. You're correct about leaving it on, but you could also find passwords throughout the game.
That VR experience is crazy. I went to one where I got strapped up, whole like vesting, things on my arms, my leg, and a prop gun. And we stood in a big ass room, but like it was a square area we couldn't get out, and it was like a zombie experience, Left 4 Dead kind of in a way. But literally, like I have to be the one to do it. Half an hour experience, bro. I came out that shit sweating.
Yeah, bro.
That shit was sweating. My shirt was starting like drenching from the back. Like fuck, like that shit was a workout, bro. But that shit was so fun.
It's really
so
no joke. Yeah, it's no joke. It's no joke.
Who remembers a Game Shark?
Game Genie, Game Shark.
No,
yeah.
Game Shark was the thing he plugged it. I think he plugged it. He plugged it in the back of the PlayStation.
Give me like 100 Master Balls. That's what I used to get.
Bro, who remembers the Gyarados? Like the Gyarados.
Red one too.
The Pokemon Red and Blue. Yeah, the Gyarados glitch.
Oh my god.
You'd have to put the Master Ball in like a certain spot of your inventory. Go fight the Gyarados, leave the fight, and then it would like give you 99 Master Balls. Some shit like that. No, I'm the only one.
I don't remember that. I don't remember. I was trying to think of it.
Splice got me.
I played Pokemon Red and Blue. Yellow was my favorite. You get all three of them.
I wasn't the biggest Pokemon player growing up. I didn't play the Game Boy. Yeah, I didn't play the Game Boy. I played the original Game Boy, but by the time Game Boy came out, like the Game Boy Red and all that, people were playing them. I tried it, and I couldn't get into it. Like I said, I don't know what the hell I was thinking about, but it wasn't playing games. It was other things. I'm going to start sending this raid off. We're going over to Mr. Strange. Guys, it's been a good night. It's gone already. But,
That was quick.
we got,
Too much games. Maybe we got a little sidetracked on games.
Nah, we talked, man. This is what it's going to be like. We got to get more people on. We want more people to be coming on. Come at me with something interesting. Let's talk about it. Let's try and bring it out to people. Be kind to each other. This shit's a lot of work.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's all I got, man. Come check me out next time I go live.
Follow us on the socials.
Follow the socials.
And next week we
send us what you want to know, what you want to hear about.
Facts.
And that's that. It's a wrap.
Y'all have a good one.
Yes, everybody, have a good time. Stay on the train.
Oh,
really, bro? You're gonna get a fucking Taki before I leave?
Gotta sneak it in before the raid goes.
Cheers.
That's a blue one.
I think cheers.
No, he was nice. He only gave you a bite. He didn't give you the whole thing. Oh, you ate the whole thing.
No, it was a little bit more than half, but. Adios. Later.
Peace out, everybody.
Take care, guys.